You are now entering a world beyond all logic.
Excuse me, low energy. I'm going to be with the high energy today.
With a man who thinks all things are conspiracies.
Why do you think that's happening?
Some say he's a genius.
So smart, me.
Some say he's speaking out of his ass. We say the latter.
He couldn't take the king.
You didn't answer the question.
Anybody else?
He didn't answer my
You
question.
have now entered the Oppenheimer zone.
Welcome to the Friday edition of WHPC Sports Talk. 1 second, Ben.
You don't boo when he's doing the intro.
On the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Matt Leonard in for Joshua Umahi today. He's not with us, but he should be back Monday. We'll see. Anthony Deus is with me. How you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing good. A big game tonight for our New York Rangers, and he's going to mute his mic before he says anything.
Oh,
Big night for them.
Oh, we got breaking news.
We got breaking news.
We'll get to that in a minute.
No, get to it.
No, I gotta introduce
you gotta
people.
what's the breaking news?
Gina Halstead.
How you doing?
That's the breaking news.
That's the breaking
No,
news?
and Ben Oppenheimer.
That is breaking news. I'm always breaking. Just like I'm breaking
All right.
terrible talking points on this show. It's just like
creating them.
I want to know the breaking news, man.
it's just like what President FDR said. He said, they all hate me and I welcome their hatred.
He never said that.
He did say
never
that.
said that.
I do welcome their hatred because if you're listening to me, they hate me because I speak my mind and think freely, and I get punished. You get punished when you're a free thinker.
You know what we don't hate, though? Sports. So about
yeah.
breaking news.
Especially
Thank you, Gina.
Especially in Deusville, we're all censored.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
All right.
All the time, I don't know what you're
We have
talking about.
serious breaking news about one of your teams, Ben.
Really?
Jacob
Really?
deGrom had his MRI.
Is he all right?
The imaging showed a stress reaction in his right scapula. I don't know what that means. While the timetable for deGrom's return is unclear, he's expected to miss a significant amount of time to start the season.
Oh, that's terrible.
According to Jeff Passan.
Oh, well, I just heard the guy next to me say that's terrible. In a
It is terrible.
In a mocking
It is
voice.
terrible.
It's in a mocking voice.
It's not. It's not, though, Ben. Not everything's a personal attack on you.
and-
I feel bad because he's a great pitcher to watch. He's one of the best and most fun pitchers to watch in baseball. Why would I be,
Because
sarcastic about him getting injured?
Because you hate the Mets.
I don't.
He does not hate
I
the Mets.
don't hate
He
the
does
Mets.
not.
You do hate
he
the
does
Mets.
not.
Most Yankee fans hate the Mets.
He doesn't.
Even if they say they don't.
You are constructing, again, for the, nth millionth time, another false narrative, because that's just not the truth. That's not the truth.
And you're the king of false narratives. Decides to.
Am I the king or are you the king? Because you keep making them.
You have the button in front of you.
I have the button. I'm gonna use the microphone off button. And this is the other thing, folks at home, and I hope you're watching on Facebook Live because you can see this.
The visible frustration
you can
building.
see not only that, but you can see when I turn his microphone off, right? He still persists to talk, even though he knows the microphone is muted.
I gotta get my voice.
And he's doing it now.
I'm moving mine over here. Just so I don't get muted, too.
Which is so shocking because you think, if you can't hear yourself through the headphones, you'd stop talking. But he continues to talk and he's still doing it. I don't get it.
Put him back on.
We have a total basket case hosting the show.
He's hosting
I'm
the
hosting
show.
the show.
So why is Mr.
I'm running the
Deus?
board.
Why is Dr. D in this chair?
Anthony requested to run the board so he can be in charge of your microphone. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's
And
so
why did you
perfect.
defer? Why did you
He
defer,
didn't
Matt?
defer. I
I didn't defer. He demanded it.
Because what? So you couldn't stand up for yourself?
Again, we're turning his microphone off because this is just going to go down a rabbit hole. And listen, Ben, happy April Fool's Day. I know this is your national holiday. And you know what the funny thing is? He's going to have some normal sports takes for us.
Yeah.
Happy April Fool's Day at the end.
Can I just say whatever he says today, I agree with 100%.
Ben?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's April
Thank
Fool's Day.
you.
I just wanted to have some partake in that holiday.
You played yourself because the April Fools for today is that today isn't actually April Fools.
No, I'm not going to let him. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to let him get away with that. I'm sorry. You know, Matt, every time like I'm on like a Friday show, I feel like I don't mean to do this, but I feel like again, his microphone is muted.
Go on. They can't hear him.
No.
Go on.
No, Ben, nobody can hear you right now. Ben.
No way.
Go on.
I was trying to say something. It's like every
so sorry.
Friday show.
Oh, we have
more breaking news.
No, we have word from the boss. Keep his mic on. The muting thing is getting old.
And that's right.
He said, "Let's get the sports talk."
And thankfully, we believe in democracy.
Let's get the sports talk.
Thank you, Sean.
Ben.
Thank you, Sean.
Sports talk.
He knows
Ben.
about democracy.
Ben,
He knows.
sports
He's a
talk.
smart guy.
Sports talk.
all right.
Focus.
So
All right.
basketball, eh?
Well. So
We'll
we
start
were
with the breaking news with deGrom.
Okay.
He plays for the Mets, correct?
Yes, he does.
Okay, you know I'm not a baseball fan.
That's okay.
It's a disgrace. No, I'm playing.
All right, so Jacob deGrom's out for, they said, a significant amount of time to start the season. This makes the Max Scherzer signing huge. I mean, it was
It
already
does.
huge to begin with. This makes it so much bigger.
It does.
He's the number one, obviously, now.
For now, but he's not the true number one because he's not the born and bred New York Met that Jacob deGrom is. Oh,
He has 3 Cy Young awards.
He was going to mute me again.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
I wasn't. I actually turned. Stop it. Not again.
We're not doing that anymore.
Okay, so you're talking about Jacob deGrom, right? Mm-hmm. Ben Oppenheimer, did not think you were talking about Jacob deGrom.
Yes, he
What?
Did. Yes, he did.
What?
He knew.
Who?
You were
What?
saying he's not the
No,
homegrown-
Scherzer.
No, I'm saying sure.
Okay.
So
you didn't know who I was talking about.
who's making the false narrative? I'm very aggressive
Please
today.
talk about
My
sports.
mistake.
I'm aggressive today.
You know, sometimes you get
Combating the lies
Go ahead, Matt.
from the
Thank you.
peanut factory next to me.
I'm trying, Anthony. I'm trying my best. How does Josh do this?
Because me and Josh get along well because
The honorable Josh.
he doesn't insult free thought. But I won't
I'm
get
not
into
insulting you, Ben. With the sports show, don't like bring other free thoughts into it. Is what I'm saying.
that.
that fair?
It can be hard to do.
Is
it can
that
be
fair,
hard
though,
to do
Ben?
that.
It's a sports show.
No, it is fair. It is fair. But you can't have pasta without a little bit of the sauce. And,
I respect that. Yes.
and the cheese. I won't get into cuisine.
Don't get into cooking. No. All right. So Jacob deGrom. Again, I'm going to repeat this for the 5th time. He's expected to miss a significant amount of time to start 2022.
They don't give you a time frame.
They said there is no timetable for his return right now. According to Jeff Passan and Ken Rosenthal.
I understand you have him warming up in spring training, but you cannot have him throwing as hard as he was.
You were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
When that
going.
first
He was
started
going
his-
ham on scrubs. You can't be doing that.
So do you
Coming
really?
off a MVP year, he could have gotten the MVP. He would have stayed healthy.
I want to.
You can't do that.
I want to combat that. And when they say every time a pitcher gets injured, it's because he's throwing too fast. I think is it not unfair to deGrom to blame his throwing for his throwing fastballs too much and throwing fastballs that are too fast. That seems like a false equivalence when you're saying, oh, that's tied to why he got the injury. Is there not a point when I discuss that, saying every injury a pitcher gets is because of their throwing is inadequate?
I wouldn't say it's inadequate. I'd say maybe it's a mechanical issue because he gets hurt all the time.
Right. But maybe
he's not throwing the right way or something.
Maybe it's a problem with the Mets, with their health staff, with the physical therapists they have, and the other. Seriously, because that
makes
really
sense.
Affect, it can affect the team.
But they get rid of the injury. What do they call them? The training staff and all the
training
people that
staff.
handle the
Training
injuries.
staff. Yeah.
They get rid of the trainers like every year because the team gets hurt every year, and they see no results. So I don't know what the problem is. We have more news on deGrom now, according to Jeff Passan as well. Again, for now, Jacob deGrom will be shut down a month before he starts throwing again. After a month, the Mets will take a look at the area again and reevaluate where he is and what the right course of action is going forward.
So he's basically out for the season.
I wouldn't say that yet.
As a Mets fan, he's basically out for the season.
That's more.
There's
that's like
more. There's
2
good
months.
news.
Good news.
Well, not good, but not as bad as it could be, basically.
Okay.
He said, wish this were an April Fool's joke, but no, it is not. The positive, no damage to the muscles, tendons, or ligaments in the shoulder, which is a profoundly complicated joint prone to all sorts of problems and injuries. DeGrom's injury is limited to the bone. Not good, but certainly not as bad as it could have been. So it's not great, but it's not awful. He didn't tear anything. Nothing, popped out.
When was his last start in spring training? A couple days
Sunday.
ago? Sunday.
He was supposed to start tonight.
Tonight, yes. That's what I thought. It's interesting. You're not. It's not a good thing to happen. It's
terrible.
A look at the offseason you had. Still.
I know.
So that means Scherzer moves up to 1.
Now I guess McGill's 5.
Yeah, I guess McGill is
I
5.
like McGill. I have no problem. I prefer him over Carrasco.
I would rather have Steven Matz come back over McGill.
We're not doing this.
That's not that crazy. That's not that crazy.
First of
It's
all,
not that
I'm going to
crazy.
bookmark this.
It's not.
Okay.
How is that crazy? How is that?
I'm bookmarking.
Can I ask how that's? Steven Matz had many solid games pitching for the Mets.
he had like a 5 ERA.
Yeah, for one season, and he had like a 3, a little bit above a 3 ERA.
That's still not great. It's good. It's not great.
good, but he wasn't. We didn't
Well, he's
think
not
he'd
supposed to be the number
this
one. You're right.
Number 1, but we thought he'd be a great 3, and he was a 5, and he was pretty good. So I think we should bring back
Steven Matz in his final
Steven
season with the
Matz.
Mets was batting practice. He was absolute batting
Do you
practice.
remember the last time the Mets tried to bring back Steven Matz? What happened?
Batting practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know.
And
Maybe.
also the contract
How was he with the Blue
negotiations-
Jays last year?
He was a 3.82 ERA guy.
What did I say? What did I
That's
say?
not great.
What'd I
But you know
say?
what, Ben? They did try to bring him back, and he wanted a lot more money, and he left.
Well, can you blame him? Can you blame him? For
Yes, you
wanting
can.
more
He's
money?
not worth the money he wanted.
Yeah, but maybe he wants to buy a house or.
I understand that side of it, but he's not worth the money for in the business side of sports for the Mets. He's not worth the money he was asking for. No way.
So what is he worth? What is he worth? That's a
I
good
would not
question.
pay that man more than $10 million a season, maybe less.
Ben, you're holding on to the glory days when the days right now are a lot better than the glory.
They are.
I don't agree with that.
There's a lot brighter than
oh.
2015, Ben.
Oh, come on.
The 2015 Mets made the World Series. 2016 Mets.
What if the Mets make the World Series this year?
What'd you say?
What if they make it this year?
Not without deGrom, they're not making it.
I agree.
Again,
And-
it was a what if question.
I'm saying,
what if question.
what if DeGrom, best case scenario, comes back in June, right? And he pitches beautifully like he does. Scherzer isn't pitching great all season. The rest of the guys step up and they make it to the World Series. What happens?
Then it'll be great.
It'll be better than 2015 for you?
Well, if they win, they'll be better than 2015.
This team is so much more talented than that team
Do
was.
you really believe that?
Yes, 100%.
How so? How so? I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking.
Max Scherzer is a future Hall of Famer. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Yes.
3 Cy
Yes.
Youngs. Oh, how many strikeouts? Almost like 3,000 strikeouts, right?
And so is DeGrom is also
I
a
agree,
certified
yes.
Hall of Fame.
DeGrom is better now than he was in 2015, correct?
Yes, but he's also older.
I agree, but he's better now. DeGrom's ERA back then was good, but it wasn't 108 like it was last year.
Yeah, but I prefer. It's complicated. It's complicated because he's
Okay.
better now, but he's not better in terms of his
health.
Of his health and his age is not better.
I agree
So-
with that, but when he's pitching, he is better, right? Yes or
Yes.
no? Okay.
Yes.
Scherzer is better than any other pitcher besides DeGrom we had on the 2015 staff, right?
Absolutely.
Matt Harvey.
Scherzer's
Matt Harvey
better than
was
prime Matt Harvey by a mile.
I'm saying
By a
prime,
mile, Ben.
I'm saying
Come on.
prime Matt Harvey.
By a mile.
Scherzer, any point in his career beats prime Matt Harvey.
Really?
Yes.
Matt Harvey in 2015.
Yes.
Which was a good year for him. He had 2013.
That was a great year
and
for him.
2015. He was in.
Do you remember who started the 2013 All-Star game for the American League? Max Scherzer.
It was Max Scherzer, and it was Matt Harvey for the
Uh-oh, you're
National
getting
League.
into a
I'm
mental
with
pretzel.
you. I'm
Be
with
careful.
you. But who started on the other side and won the Cy Young that year when Harvey didn't do anything?
You can talk about awards all you want
Because
but
they
it's-
mean something.
Yeah, but it's just a bunch of people who pick
Okay,
the award.
But
You know
they
what?
mean something. It's who had the best year as a pitcher, and Scherzer has 3 of those.
So-
He's been in the top
hold on,
5
hold on.
like
I
10
need-
times.
and Matt Harvey arguably deserved it in 2013 and arguably 2015.
I
need
agree
to
with you,
deconstruct
but he
something
didn't
said,
win.
right? Champion awards don't matter, right?
Okay,
They
I
do-
see where you're going.
They don't matter in the grand perspective of things.
Well, nothing
disagree.
matters then.
Well, if you want to get into a whole talk about, that's why I mentioned that instead of the solar system, the Dolar, the Deus system.
No, we're not doing that.
The Dolar system?
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
We'll just start everything with the D.
We're not doing that.
Go ahead, man.
Instead of
Ben.
all right,
baseball. Thank you.
Deus Santis.
Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, the awards. So, what do you consider a championship? A team award, right?
Well,
kind of.
It is a
is the award to the best team.
It's not an award. It's a it's a certification.
What's the difference?
An award is celebratory.
But a championship is not.
Folks at home, you can't make this up.
They literally pour champagne on.
You're going backwards.
All
right, here we go.
Mini Mike is calling.
We don't know that. We got a caller on the line. We got a caller. Caller, you're live. What's going on?
Hey, it's me, Ross.
Hey, Ross. How you doing?
It's a snooze fest.
Stop, man.
I was gonna say with deGrom, this is not surprising. It just isn't surprising at this point. With the Mets' history, this is not surprising.
I agree. I totally agree.
It's I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not even deGrom's fault.
It's the trainers.
You knew there was something going on. You knew it.
Well, let me ask you. What's your name
Ross.
again? Ross. What is? Do you blame the trainers? What do you think? What do you think of my take? I said the trainers. The trainers are part of the reason deGrom gets injured so much. What do you think of that?
I mean, they've had so many trainers. That's why it's like, is it the trainer? Is it management? I don't know. I mean,
I wonder if he's trying to break his own velocity record, because he wasn't 2014. He wasn't throwing this fast. I don't know if he's trying to prove something that he can throw 101, 102, but it's not good for his career longevity. I mean, last year he was on top of the world. Then he got that injury, and then he fell directly out of the Cy Young.
Yep, he didn't pitch again.
And it's concerning because it's not even just deGrom. I mean, obviously you lose deGrom, it's terrible, but it goes back to what I say about now they got to consider getting another pitcher.
You have to, but who's out there, Ross?
Steven Matz.
You got to make a trade. You're going to have to make a trade. I mean, or you're going to have to rely on these guys, which, I think you can rely on a couple, but, you're going to have now you got to score a lot of runs. And I don't know if this lineup is capable of doing this and doing that.
So, Ross, what do you think of if you're talking about a trade, what do you think of a possible trade for Steven Matz?
I know what Ross is going to say.
No, and no.
Yep.
And can I ask your reasoning for that position?
He was not. To me, it's the same argument we could have with Julius Randle. He doesn't fit in New York.
Well, I love Julius. I want Julius to stay, but that's all different. I don't want to get into a Knicks argument. Are you a Knicks fan? Are you a Knicks fan as well, Ross? It's just a random question.
I'm a Knicks fan. I don't want Julius Randle on my team.
Amen to that.
It's very
Ross, be careful. You're going to open a box of worms that you're not going to be able to close.
It's a Julius Randle hate train, in my opinion.
Can we get to that later?
We will. I promise.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But so the point is, you don't think a trade for Steven Matz would be a good idea?
No.
It's not going to solve anything. They're not. He's not the. First of all, it's not about replacing deGrom. Nobody could replace deGrom. At the point, he's not. He was very good for maybe one, if not two seasons. He's not that great. I don't think he's worth the money that he's getting.
Well, if you look at his stats, I was just told on the show, I think beforehand, that he had a 3.82 ERA, which is not too bad.
But where did he do that?
Toronto.
Toronto.
Okay, that's the big difference in New York.
How so?
The atmosphere is very different. You're not dealing with the New York media every night.
They weren't playing into Toronto until halfway through.
Yeah, they're playing in Tampa, yeah.
I don't think atmosphere matters as much in baseball as it does in other sports.
Look at Francisco Lindor.
What about him? What does Lindor have to do with
the point I'm trying to make is that he's not. Look, I know Steven Matz at times could be a pretty good pitcher. You just suffered an injury. Matz is injury prone too. You're not getting any better with.
Right. Well, you're right. You're right. So then who would you like to trade for, Ross?
I mean, is it possible you could look at maybe somebody on the Yankees? I don't know.
But what I'm thinking is you go back to
Garrett
the
Cole
A's
would be
well.
nice.
If you need to, you go back to the A's well and you go with Minaya and Montes. They're looking to trade them, so why not?
Well, Montes is our guy. That's the Yankees.
Hold on. We have some guys too we can trade.
What do you mean?
Okay?
You have enough
Yeah.
pieces.
We
You
have-
can win.
We have a
We just
farm.
lost our biggest piece.
We have a farm, unlike the Yankees.
No, that's not true, actually.
I'm not a big baseball expert, but for the Mets, do you think it may be like the best possible scenario until deGrom comes back? Maybe to look at bringing somebody up from the minor leagues, or trying to draft, maybe? Because when does the draft occur?
Well, the draft is different in baseball. It takes like 5 years to get up. It takes too much time.
Okay.
And from the minors, as far as that, I don't think the Mets
Just
have any
Miguel.
arms ready.
Okay.
Like no big prospects that are pitchers for the Mets. A lot of them position players and hitters.
So it's not like you can bring a guy up from the G League like for basketball. Okay.
No.
So let
That makes
me ask you. So you're going to have Scherzer, then Bassett at 2.
Scherzer, Bassett.
Then probably would you be comfortable? No.
I don't want Carrasco through. Walker. Carrasco's slated to be ahead of Walker right now.
Which is weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Well, I still.
You could look at. I mean, I think Carrasco. You have to hope he bounces back. That's like an obvious hope. But I mean, what you could do is you could add another reliever and you slide Lugo in the rotation.
Okay.
Well, let me just say, Ross, I don't know if you agree with this, but so we were debating about 2022 Mets versus 2015 Mets, and I think in terms of pitching, I like the 2015 Mets lineup a lot better than what we're seeing right now. We had.
Well, you don't mean right now. You mean before the injury.
Well, right now or before the injury.
Before the injury. That's the criteria, Ben. You can't. This just happened.
Both. Well, before the injury, I think it would be close to tied. With the injury, that's not that crazy to say.
That's pretty. Yeah.
How's that crazy?
How many Cy Young awards combined
Wait, hold
were
on.
the 2015
Hold
rotation?
on. I'm not talking about awards, Mr. Award Guy.
Welcome to Fridays, Ross. Welcome to Fridays.
Hold on.
Ross, my point is, in 2015, we had Matt Harvey, we had Jacob deGrom, we had Noah Syndergaard, we had
Steven
Matz, and
Bartolo.
We had Bartolo, and that I think was a potent.
It was. But it's not as good as now.
I do think it's as good. I think it's way better than with this injury, and I think it's about even, maybe slightly better than without the injury. So comparing the 2015 Mets pitching lineup to the 2022 Mets pitching lineup, with this injury, I think the 2015 lineup is better. Without the injury, I think it's close to tie, but I still think 2015 is slightly better. That's my opinion.
It's close. I mean, now I would probably say that 2015 is a little bit better with the injury, but
with the injury,
it's very close. With the injury, it's very close. Now it gets to the point where your bullpen's got to be good. I don't have a lot of faith in that, and you got to hope that the offense, they got to put up a lot of runs. Otherwise, it's going to be tough, and that's. They had to score a lot of runs anyway, and now they have to score runs for sure.
The offense is going to have to step up big time.
Right.
And thank you for the call, Ross. We always appreciate hearing your input.
Thanks. Bye.
That was Ross Levine. You can hear him, Mondays and Wednesdays on WHPC Sports Talk. And this is WHPC Sports Talk right now on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. If you want to call and join the conversation like Ross did, the number is 516-572-7440.
We're waiting for you, Mike.
We are waiting for you, Mike.
Mini Mike.
I actually want to know how he's doing with the deGrom news, because he was supposed
to go see him. Yeah,
he was supposed to go.
I mean, now we'll see Scherzer 1 and Bassett 2. Who are we going to see now?
I took Mike as a Yankees
let me
fan.
think.
Oh no, we're going to see Carrasco now.
Is Mike a Mets fan?
Yes,
he doesn't take me as a Mets fan. He takes me as a Yankees fan. Yeah,
I can see where you're coming from.
See, like Deus, I always had a feeling from the start when I saw him, this guy's a Yankees fan. You can always tell.
He's saying it's an insult. You realize that, right?
Ben, your time will come later on in the show.
You know what?
It's already came. So let me.
What you want to know on baseball before we go off that?
Yep.
What do you got?
So that means.
I mean,
we were supposed to see Bassett.
We were. Now whoever's after Bassett, we'll see. Carrasco or maybe Walker.
Well, it depends on how they look.
They're playing the Diamondbacks. They're going to
Are
win.
you okay with Lugo being a starter though?
No. I don't like
So
that.
then
He's
you
too
have-
good in the bullpen.
I don't like
as
that
badly
either.
as he wants to start. He's too good in the
So
bullpen.
then you have to McGill.
I love McGill. I have no problem with that.
I don't
that's not
like
bad.
McGill. I don't find that
He's had
I
one.
love McGill.
How many starts has McGill had? One, right?
No, way more than one.
In the majors?
Oh yeah, he had like 18 or something. Over 10. Over 10.
I'm not that impressed. Again, I've been following the Mets, obviously, but I haven't been watching
well, then
enough
just-
of spring training.
How
so
many major league starts from McGill?
10.
10. Okay, yeah. I knew it was about. It was at least
He was
10 or more.
high fours. So.
High four. He was inconsistent. Towards the end, he lost it. I think it's because he pitched more innings that year than he pitched forever.
All right.
So he got a little lost at the end, but when he first came, he was pretty good.
Okay. Fair enough.
Ron Darling says he has not
Ron
not
Darling
comparable.
says he reminds me of me. And
No, it's
Ron
not what he
Darling-
said.
Really?
It's not what he
so
said.
So he says all the wrong things.
No. What he said is actually a little crazier. He said the way he uses his breaking pitches reminds him of a young Jacob deGrom. The way he uses them, not how good they are. The way he
Ron
uses
Darling did himself.
them. No. Jacob deGrom. And
no, but
McGill.
was he comparing himself to? Oh, he was comparing McGill to
Yes.
to deGrom.
We got a broadcast. Oh, is that someone's
Is
phone
that
on the radio?
flood warning?
Well, we're all gonna die. Anyway, I want to. Oh, we got a caller. Let's go to the Let's go to the
Wait,
phones
wait,
before
so
we
what's the
before we
flood
move-
warning? Do we
Before we
know?
move on from baseball, let's go to the phones one more time. Let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Thank you, Mike.
I don't know what deal with the devil was made 40 years ago or whenever they won the World Series. I don't know why that bad things happen to Met fans.
It's
And the
because
Mets,
you're a
but
part of
they
our
do.
fan base, Mike.
Stop, Ben.
Ben, let the man
know,
talk. He's got to
Ben,
vent. Ben, please, let him vent.
Ben, I think it's you. I think you're the
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. That's
But-
good.
bad things happen to this team, and this is just another thing. We were ripping deGrom all morning about him not being tough enough, but there's an injury, and I don't know what happens. I know they've built a good rotation. They go and get Scherzer for a reason, but it stinks. It's really just blowing and demoralizing.
You sound bummed.
You sound
Mike.
very, very. You sound very un-Mike like.
I'm upset.
Can you blame him? Can you blame him?
You don't sound like Mike.
I'm sorry, Ben.
You sound like a diminished version of Mike, like many Mike.
Let him be, Ben. Let him be.
That Mets on the checkbook not working now.
It'll work. Believe me, Gina.
Okay.
We'll figure this out. I'll go see you.
I was
Figure this
trying.
out.
But this, I agree. This is it's very sad, Mike. But I was blaming the training staff. I want to know what
It's
you
not the
think of
training
that.
staff.
You
can't really blame the training staff here. I think it's more of him just. This comes from throwing hard, the repeated motion of him throwing so hard. That's what it comes from. A couple of examples. I don't know if you guys read them. Michael Wacha had this.
Yep.
In 14, he came back like 2.5 months later. So it's just, when you see deGrom and Scherzer together in the dugout, it almost felt like it was too good to be true, right? It just, this wasn't.
Yeah, but even with them in the dugout, Mike, I'm not sure if the Mets offense is always failing somehow. So I even if we still had both of them in the dugout, I would still be suspect.
Yeah, well, you know what though, it would have been, the offense was going to be better this year, Ben. I still think it is, and guys are going to have to step up now. The offense is going to have to be better. Carrasco is going to have to get his head out of his you-know-what. Walker is going to have to come and pitch well as well. And I love McGill, and I'm happy he slots into this rotation. But
And trade for Steven Matz.
No,
we don't want that. We'll make a trade. Listen, if you can get to the deadline, right, or July, and be in contention and be playing well and hopefully somewhat healthier, even without deGrom, you can make a move to go get a pitcher at the deadline, a top-level starter. It's not deGrom, but you can go get a starter and be good. Listen, I'm going to leave it on this. The Braves won the World Series last year without a top-5 player in baseball last year.
Yeah, because they were all pieces. No superstar. All pieces.
Right. So hopefully this roster is good enough to withstand this. We'll see. But I'll talk to you guys next week.
Thank you, Mike.
Mike, don't put your head down. We got a big Rangers game tonight. Don't.
Yeah. Okay.
And you should put your head down even more.
Yeah, because I'm excited about that right now.
He's upset. Let him be upset.
Tough loss to my Nets last night too. I mean, oh my God, how do you blow that lead?
I'm sorry you have to be a Nets fan, Mike. That's
it's all right.
There's only I know one person is a Nets fan, and I know
now you know two.
I know thousands of people. Two? I don't know two Nets fans.
You don't know thousands of people. That's a lot.
You know thousands of people, Ben. That's good.
I
Ben,
do.
Mike, we gotta go. Or are you good?
No, just 1 second.
Okay.
Ben's got to come on our Monday show. I think.
Oh, please. Please come on.
How about you come on the Friday show, Mike?
He's working. He can't.
Oh,
because you're Ben. My Monday show has high ratings, and they know you're on Friday, so Friday. So you can't have that.
Yes.
It's very funny, very classic Mike using a
classic Mike. You spoke to him like 5 times.
Using an excuse. I don't need any comments from the Mr. Peanut over here.
Mr. Peanut.
It's like Curious George, except clueless Ben.
And it's like
Mike. Thanks for the call.
It's like Lion Ted Cruz, except Lion Merlot.
No, we're not bringing politics into the show. We're not.
No, but you know what? That gives me an idea. I think we're going to do that. I think I'm going to Photoshop that.
Curious Ben.
What about Lion Merlot?
No, stop. No, we're done.
We're
done.
Merlot, not Merlot.
Merlot.
What do you mean?
Merlot.
Yeah, Lion Merlot.
You said it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with the nickname?
You're good now. No, the last name, I want to make sure you got it right. We've been getting it wrong for months, but we got it now. Anyway, the call's over. If you want to call in like Mike did, he's here Monday through Wednesday as well, like Ross is Monday, Wednesday. 516-572-7440 to join the conversation.
Look what Justin wrote on the back of this.
What do you... Oh, yeah, I knew that, yeah.
When was that from?
Wait, let me see that again. Did I got to read this?
No, you can't read it. What is that from?
I don't know.
I wonder how him and the our station manager are doing with the news.
Yes, I'm sure Sean's distraught. If he wants to come in here, he can.
Oh, he's still here.
I know, he's still here. If he wants to come in here. Sean, if you want to come in here.
Shoot him a text and let him, because it's probably a lot of stress.
This
is the season.
I know.
Does the man from the shadows himself ever come on the show?
He does.
Now, hold on. I would not... Okay.
What?
Can we move on to the sport, please?
That was a compliment. That was... Sean, if you're listening, that was a compliment.
We have important things to get to in other sports, so let's move on from baseball. I'm done talking about deGrom for the day. I'm going to go home and cry later. Okay. So, big game last night for the Nets, and they blew it, as Mike said. Mm-hmm. I want to know that you guys, Ben Simmons is reportedly ramping up for a return some point during the playoffs. How confident do we feel with the trio of KD, Kyrie, and Simmons returning for the playoffs?
Not confident. And the Nets are a failure of an organization just as much as the Knicks are.
We're not doing any Knicks slander today, okay?
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm saying they're as bad as
they're
in some ways worse.
Hold on.
At least the Knicks have fans.
I need to deconstruct this, right?
Fans.
Go ahead, Anthony.
The Nets are as bad as the Knicks. That is just not true because the Nets are good. The Knicks are bad.
I'm saying as
Kevin Durant.
The Nets are not good. The Nets are in what seed are they in?
They almost beat Giannis.
What seed are they in? What seed are the Nets in?
They're in the 8th seed because they didn't have Kyrie playing for half the season. And he came back and he played half the game.
They lost because of a controversial call too.
That foul that was called on
the foul on Giannis.
We'll see what happens.
I thought the foul was on KD.
Oh, I'm sorry. Giannis got fouled.
Yeah,
I'm not confident in the Nets in the playoffs with their low chemistry. Low chemistry
with the Nets. Really?
Not if they're playing Toronto.
You can't say they don't have low chemistry. They have a guy who was like Mr. Deus said. He said was absent half the year. Yet KD, who is injury prone, and now you have Ben Simmons.
What does that have to do with chemistry? Any of it?
Because they barely played with each other.
Yeah,
KD and Kyrie are really good together on the court.
But how is that?
In how many minutes? In 20 minutes?
They're really good together when they play together. That's the chemistry, though.
In the collective 20 minutes that they've been on the court together this season?
That's been way more than that.
And
I get what Ben's saying
I'm being sarcastic.
With Ben coming into that, with Ben Simmons coming into that, that, like you said, I think the chemistry with KD and Kyrie is okay considering what they've been through on and off the court this year. But bringing Simmons in, I'm not sure how that's going to correlate to like their performance. I really don't. I don't see it. I still don't think they should have traded for Ben Simmons. I mean, he does bring that defensive pressure, but come on. We all know he can't shoot to save his life. But like you said, it kind of balances out with KD and Kyrie.
I don't even agree he brings the defensive pressure. I mean,
Ben Simmons, he was defensive player of the year finalist like 2 years in a row.
Yeah, he's a great defensive player.
Right, when he puts an effort for it.
Correct.
What I'm saying is his attitude is a detriment to the Nets organization.
I don't really think he's not known for his attitude. I don't really think he
Ben
has
Simmons isn't known for his attitude. He skipped like all the Sixers.
I have to go with Ben on this one.
The Sixers.
Really? His attitude is bad?
Ben's right.
Yes,
Ben's
absolutely.
Right.
I don't think it's bad compared to DeMarcus Cousins, but
no, it's.
I would rather have
Really?
DeMarcus Cousins than Ben Simmons in terms of attitude.
I'm with Ben. I'm with Ben.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Ben's. You don't see DeMarcus Cousins skipping out on the sheet. He doesn't want to play somewhere.
Right.
Right. DeMarcus Cousins.
Right.
I get he's a ring chaser and he runs around chasing these rings, but he plays.
And Ben Simmons
He plays well.
Ben Simmons didn't want to play in a massive market that was Philadelphia.
have
It's
you
such a
seen
great
Philly
city.
fans?
They're not good fans, but it's a nice city. It's a nice city.
It's not a bad city.
I've been
That's
to
true.
Philly.
That's true.
It's very underrated. Also, very cheap cost of living if you're interested in moving somewhere.
Ooh, another phone call.
We have another caller. Caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's going on?
Hi, Matt Leonard.
Hi, Justin Greenberg.
What a miserable day this is.
I agree.
Miserable. I heard you guys talking about this earlier. I know you moved on to other sports, but
No, please go ahead.
I mean, Jacob deGrom out for how long do you expect this to be? I've heard similar injuries, 3 months or so, maybe. Is that what we're thinking?
My guess, they're going to be cautious with him and bring him back around the All-Star break, which sucks.
But this team is still equipped to win. You think even without deGrom, they still, every baseball team has injuries. I know this is the premier pitcher in baseball. With him gone, it stinks, but I still see this team competing. I still see a potential playoff berth. And if you get him back at All-Star game, maybe make a few trades or, this team is I still have faith. But it is very, very depressing.
I'm with you. It's just going to be more difficult to get to that point in the contending position by the deadline. That's the problem.
Yeah. You know what's not depressing, though? This Thursday, me and Anthony have an interview.
You called to plug your show.
Beach Boys. We got an interview with the Beach Boys, Mike Love, on the Nassau Morning Madhouse. So tune into that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to plug, Justin? What do you got going on Saturday?
No, Saturday.
nothing. It's like a snooze
You guys
fest.
got baseball.
We got baseball.
Oh, right.
Oh, are we announcing for baseball this Saturday?
We are.
For the we are?
We'll talk about this later.
Wait.
We'll talk about this later.
What? I feel betrayed
We'll
right now.
talk about this later.
I feel betrayed. And I'm sure Justin... excuse me.
What was really
I'm sure...
Let Justin talk.
I'm sure Justin was a part of this.
Justin, go ahead. What are you going to say?
I would love to have you on the call, Ben. You bring high ratings to all shows that you're on.
Oh, I do, and it's desperately needed on your morning show. I
can't let him slander the morning show.
When I was driving, I almost fell asleep. It's a hazard for drivers.
Let Justin talk.
I'm joking. That was a joke. It's pretty good, actually.
There was a card. What did I write something down? What is this about? I heard you mention my name.
Yeah, it says people that shouldn't have blank with me. Justin Greenberg. Ha spelling.
Oh, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
Well, you wrote it, so you should know what it's
not
about.
his handwriting.
So then we have
It's not his handwriting.
We have
Is it not his handwriting?
It's not.
Oh.
We have a Who Framed Roger Rabbit situation.
Who Framed Justin Greenberg? Great movie.
You ever seen that movie?
Of course,
Roger.
multiple times. And I'll leave you on this, and then we'll get you guys do the sports.
Thank you.
Movie has something wrong with it. In the title, there's no question mark. So are they asking questions?
Really?
Yes.
When's the last time? I haven't watched that movie in a while. When's the last time you watched it?
I probably watch it at least once every 3 years. It's one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah. So what's your top five?
Hold on. I got to
You
answer
know what
one
movie we
question.
should talk about? Mike. Actual sports.
I do have one question for Justin Greenberg before he goes. Is Drooling Guy going to have a take on the Jacob deGrom injury?
Is who?
The guy on your TikTok character.
Oh, drooling guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's upset. Yeah. Make sure to tune into my TikTok. You'll see a very upset drooling guy.
You are a very strange man,
All right.
Mr. Justin.
Indeed, he is. Thank you,
All right.
Justin, for the call.
Oh, I'm with the sports.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Justin.
All right.
All right,
I had to ask.
That was Justin Greenberg, another one of our personalities at WHPC. What is he? All over this place.
It's all
right?
over the place.
And he's in my Nassau curriculum. He's in my classes. I see him on the interviews.
He was in the class. Yes,
He was. He is.
Johnny interviewed him or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really?
About Alec Baldwin. We're not
I
getting.
need to. We need. We need to get
LeBron
to
and Giannis.
Basketball, right?
LeBron and
Well, we need
Giannis.
to get-
Hold on.
We need to get
Hold
to
on.
this.
We
After.
will.
45.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know if we're gonna have time for that debate, Ben. We'll get to that if we have time.
Oh, that's outrageous.
No, because Anthony had something he wanted to do. And
I had something
we're gonna
planned
So
today.
real quick,
Oh.
I'm gonna ask the question quickly. Do we think if Ben Simmons comes back, does he have an impact on the Nets' playoff chances? Yes or no, Ben?
He has no impact, and if he does have an impact, it's a very negative impact.
Okay, Gina. Any impact, positive, negative? What do you think? No impact?
Positively as far as defense.
Okay.
I'm still 50-50 on how he's going to
Yeah.
participate in offensively.
I agree. Anthony, what do you think?
I'm with Gina 50-50 because he hasn't. You're throwing him into the fire with the playoffs again, which is not
Yeah.
the greatest idea.
It's ridiculous.
It's not. If this injury was just nothing, that's very weird in its own right. But I think it can't hurt that much. I mean, there might be a drawback. I mean, he still might have the yips. But it's better than it was mid-February.
Yep. I'm somewhere in between Ben and you guys. Right? I think it'll be a negative if they bring him back.
Come on, you want to agree with me, Matt?
I'm not
You wanna
fully there
believe
with
me.
you, though. I don't think it'll be all the way negative. I think there's some positives to this, but overall, if we had to average it out, it will not be a positive gain for them bringing back Ben Simmons for just the playoffs. It's dumb.
Especially if they end up playing Toronto, because then we already have Kyrie and not.
Well, that could
eligible.
help because then you
That
don't have Kyrie in Toronto. That could help.
I'd see it doing
Could
more
you have
harm than
Kyrie in
good, to
Toronto?
be
You
honest.
can't.
No.
You can't. Well, I thought you said that. I thought you said
No, you
could
can't
have.
have Kyrie in Toronto.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right, can we get to
I
the?
mean,
Yeah, we will
they
get
could
to your-
change that mid-series.
Well,
I doubt it.
it's a one-game thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
they
Oh,
had
oh,
the new-
oh,
the
it's-
new
oh, it's
rule,
eight-
yeah.
it's eight-
It's the
eight-
play-in,
eight.
yeah.
I still don't like that format. but
I don't
that's
like
ano-
it
that's
either,
another
but-
No, but
Yeah,
I
that's
think they're
another
gonna- I think they're
conversation.
going to keep that.
They will.
That's just
I hate it,
terrible.
but they will.
It's a disgrace.
It's
Yeah.
a crappy wild
Thank
card
you,
game.
Adam
It's a
Silver.
bad wild card game, is right. Yeah.
So
He's worse.
Anthony, what did you want to get to? what do you got?
Since it's April Fool's Day, and you know what, I think the opposite of being fooled is looking at the cold hard stats.
For the
right?
record, I have no clue what he's doing.
So I figured Mr. Know-It-all, sitting right across from me, I think we
Oh, I'm Mr. Know-It-all.
He's complimenting you.
You're
You're a
Mr.
smart man.
You're
You're a
Mr.
smart-
Peanut Gallery.
watch it.
Go on, Anthony.
I figured we'd play a little game because it is April Fool's Day. It's fun. Fool fun.
Nice, relaxed Friday show. Fun Friday.
Fun Friday.
Fun
No
Friday.
hockey, football Friday. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Football Fun Friday. So I figured we play a little game that I don't have a name for. I think it's just who's the better player, right? So
It's easy.
It's like blind
It's
resumes.
easy.
well, we're gonna get to that.
It's like
So,
blind resumes.
Give me an intro.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's it called?
Who is the better player?
Who is the better player here on 90.3 WHPC?
All right, so-
starring Anthony Deus.
Thank you very
That's a
much,
pretty good
Matt
impression.
Leonard. We're gonna be going through 3 different sports today.
Okay.
So let's start off with
we
this-
all playing just Ben?
just Ben.
Aw.
Just
I
Ben.
know, right?
Just Ben. So we're gonna go look through some stats, and Ben's gonna determine who is the better player. And
Are
after
you
he,
giving names?
and then I will give names after.
Oh, I
well-
like this.
Okay.
I have the best knowledge.
Okay.
You go.
So
I love this. I
matchup
love this.
1. Both are play forward. One is averaging 30.1 points. Actually, both of them are. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but both of them are.
30 points, right?
30 points.
30 points this
And
year.
one of them is better
This
than
year.
the other.
And one of them is better than the
This
other.
year, 30 points a
Well,
game.
it's subjective, but I want Ben's opinion.
Oh, it's really not. It's really.
One is shooting 30 from 3. The other one's shooting 35 from 3.
LeBron.
I'm not even done yet.
Go on.
All right. I'll stop.
That threw me
I'll
for a
stop.
loop.
Go on.
Player number 2 is averaging, where is it? 21 shots a game. The other is averaging 18 shots a game.
And they're still scoring the same amount of
They're
points.
still scoring the same amount of points, which I don't know is necessarily true. I don't think it is. You can tell me if that looks right, because I don't think it is.
That's right.
Is it right?
That's
Both
right.
of them?
That's right.
Okay. All right. So it is right.
That's basketball reference. Of course it's right.
Okay. So, Ben, player one is averaging 9.7 rebounds a game. The other one's averaging 7. Player number 2 is averaging 1 more rebound than player 1.
I thought you just said it was 9.7 versus 7. That's almost 3 more rebounds.
I mean assists.
Oh,
One
all
is
right.
averaging 6 assists. The other's averaging 5.
Oh, okay.
So tell me, player 1 is
Give us
shooting
last
30
line.
from 3.
Yeah.
Is averaging 30 points a game with almost 10 rebounds, 5 assists. The other is averaging 30, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists a game, shooting 35 from 3. Now, Ben, who is the better player? Player 1 or player 2? I feel like I could do it better. I might confuse him, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm confused.
The player who is. It's a
No, answer the
trick question.
Quickly go through the recap very quickly.
The
Just
player,
read them out.
The player who is averaging the more better shooting, is the better player.
The 35%.
Oh, I forgot to mention total field goal percentage.
Oh,
this
total.
is the big one.
Give me that.
Player 1 is averaging 55 from the field. The other one is averaging 52. Which is the better player, Ben?
Well, that's
Ben, give me a definitive answer.
Pick your answer.
The player with the higher field goal percentage is the better player.
Okay.
Why? Is that your only argument?
Because it's more efficient.
Okay.
More
so,
efficient.
Ben.
He takes more shots.
So,
though.
player 1 is better than player 2. No, he takes less shots.
He takes less. Okay.
He takes less shots than player.
Player 1
Actually-
is better than player 2?
No. You know what?
But player 1.
We're not trying to trick you. We're
We're
just
not-
trying to get your
I'm-
answer.
It is. It's a. This
Player,
is
no,
like an
listen,
SNL
listen,
skit.
listen.
No, it's not.
It's not. Player 1 is averaging less shots, still scoring 30 points, the same, with a better field goal percentage.
He's
than
more
player 2.
efficient.
All right.
Player 1 is more efficient.
Well, the player 1 is shooting less shots, so obviously he's going to have a better field goal percentage.
Is that your is so?
But he makes
so who is
more.
we got to move on. So who's the better player?
One or two.
well,
One
you
or
know
two? No. What? Just 1 or 2.
The guy who takes more shots is better.
Well, that's just stupid because you just contradicted. He contradicted himself.
He did.
No, I did not. I did not contradict myself.
Initially, we're going to lock you into that previous answer because that's what you did because
did
you're
not.
trying to outsmart yourself here. Player 1 that you picked initially was Giannis Antetokounmpo. Player 2 was LeBron James. So Giannis is the better player.
And this is what Mr. Deus forgot to mention to all you listening. He forgot to mention that player 2 is 37 years old.
But Ben, you mentioned player 1 was the better
Who
player.
did you say? 1?
1 was the better
Giannis.
player. Giannis was better.
He is better.
Because he is better in terms of athleticism, and athleticism is affecting every other aspect of his game.
That
All right.
means he's a better basketball player.
it doesn't.
No, we gotta move
it
on.
doesn't.
Ben, we gotta move
it
on
It doesn't
here.
because
Ben.
LeBron is a better passer, defender.
Ben, we have to move on. I don't care about
Move on.
LeBron. I don't
Move on.
care. So
Next 2.
So he picked Giannis.
I picked
clock is
LeBron.
ticking. Ben.
We got 2 more sports to get to. Okay.
Clock is ticking.
Comparison number 2 in basketball.
It's rigged.
2 more sports, you said?
We have 2 more sports. I'll get to that really quickly.
Okay.
So, player 1 is averaging 17.5 points with shooting 36 from 3, 42 from the field, right? And he is the younger player.
It's terrible.
Terrible. That's 42% from the field.
That's
Isn't that
pretty bad.
It's not.
Player
It's around
player
league
number 2.
average.
Okay, this is the website is confusing, so please forgive me. Player number 2 is averaging a higher field goal percentage at 47 from the field with 17.7 points and shooting 33 from 3.
I
Right,
got my answer.
and he's the older player.
I don't know who these guys are, and I'm going to say 1.
So, who is the better player, Ben?
Can you rename the last thing you said for the second player?
He is shooting 33 from 3.
33%.
Versus
And
35 player
versus
1.
36.
36.
30. And what's player 2's total field goal percentage?
47. The
Versus 42.
is 42.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say that player 1 is better because he has a better three-point percentage, which affects the game when you're hitting more threes than inside baskets and mid-range.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So let
Player 1 is
me
better.
ask you a follow-up question. I know I didn't read as many stats as last time, but we got to get through this. So if you were the GM of a team, you would listen to player 1 over player 2, correct?
Yes.
Oh, I know who these are now.
Yes.
Okay, so you want me to reveal them now?
I know who they are.
Player 1, right? You selected player 1, right?
Yeah.
Player 1 is RJ Barrett. Player 2 is Julius Randle.
Well, I like both of them, but this is a ploy for me to get you to
I know exactly.
trade
Yep.
Julius Randle.
Okay, all right. We're gonna move on to football here.
Well,
we're moving on.
I'm
to
not
football.
trading. You're not trading Julius Randle.
Oh, that's just stupid.
Move forward.
Okay, this is career in football. All right,
Career?
career.
This is going to be easy.
Player.
Should be.
Well, I can't really do this one, but we'll
Why?
just because I can't give the yards and the touchdowns because it's not
Gives it away?
comparable yet. It kind of does.
Read it.
Well, it was going to be Andy Dalton, Joe Burrow. I can't do
And,
that.
and Andy Dalton
give me
is Andy Dalton is better in some
No, you're
ways. than
stupid.
Joe.
You're stupid. Okay.
Well, look at the stats.
on.
The stats
Go
back
on.
me up.
No, it doesn't. Go on.
In 10 years, we'll return here and we'll have this debate again, just to make him feel
Go
silly.
on, Anthony.
All right. Player football. These are both quarterbacks. Okay. So far in their NFL career, player 1 has 84 touchdowns with less than 10,000 yards. Okay.
84 and less than 10,000.
By a few.
Okay. So like 9,000.
Player 2 has thrown 151 touchdowns with almost 19,000 yards. Right.
How many years they each played?
They've played the same amount of years.
Wow.
Okay. Player 1 has taken 10 more sacks than player 2. Player 1 has thrown 6 less interceptions, both in the 30 range, right? Mm-hmm. And their completion percentage.
Oh, I know who these are now.
You can't do that because he starts to think, and that's the whole point not to do this.
Okay.
And they relatively have
It's
the same completion percentage. Player 2, the better completion percentage.
Who is better, 1 or 2?
So who is better, 1 or 2?
so which player has more rushing yards?
Oh, here we go.
he figured it out.
Which player is more rushing yards?
Player 1.
Player 1 is the winner, and Lamar Jackson is the winner.
Okay.
Over Patrick Mahomes,
Over
right?
Patrick Mahomes.
That's
so
stupid.
false.
It's not.
Ben.
It's not
That's
stupid.
That's
stupid.
incredibly
It's
stupid.
pragmatic
We had
thinking.
this argument,
Lamar
man.
Jackson is obvious. I'm not going to get into this
Okay.
for a long time,
Okay.
but Lamar Jackson
You don't
is
have
a
a long
better.
time. You have a minute.
Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, stop.
Lamar Jackson gets
I love
the
Lamar
ball up the field better than Patrick Mahomes does.
I got one question for Ben, then we'll move on. Do you think if Lamar Jackson was given 13 seconds in the AFC championship, not championship, in the AFC divisional round, like Patrick Mahomes was against a great Bills defense,
Same
in
roster.
13 seconds, you think he can make it up the field like that and score?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. No.
Not
No.
your leg,
Make
not
it
your
up
leg.
the field. Lamar Jackson's a better runner
But
than
in 13 seconds.
Yes,Lamar Jackson is a better runner.
All right,
What's
so-
Why would you run with 13 seconds?
Okay. It does. Yeah, that's the point. He's
Okay.
not again, he's not thinking.
Okay,
Oh.
next.
Last
You're
and
doing
final.
baseball?
We're doing baseball because
All right.
baseball season's around the corner, right? Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Ben, are you excited
Let's
for
let
baseball?
the show
I'm
out.
very excited.
Let's close the show
I'm
out.
very
We're
excited.
going to close the show out with this. Player 1 has a hold on. Well, that's not right. Okay, yep, that's right. Player 1 has a career batting average of
Oh, but I thought you said it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Just go. We're doing this for you. 'Cause you
Okay.
like batting average.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do like batting
We're
average.
doing this for you.
Player 1 is a 255 lifetime batter. Player 1 is 255. Player 2 is 276. Player 1 has 132 home runs. Player 2 has 158. OPS. Player 1 has an OPS of 824, and player 2 has an OPS at 940. So, you want slugging percentage, Ben?
We give OPS. It only has to be on the time.
All right, so what do you like?
This is
better?
easy.
Who has the better batting average?
Player
Player 2.
2 by
Player-
a long shot.
By a long shot.
By like 21 points.
What about the defensive stats?
I can't
We-
get
we can't
defensive
get those.
metrics.
well, I can't give you a
Who's the
judgment.
better defensive player in your opinion,
Oh,
Anthony?
player 2 by far.
Okay.
Player 2 by far.
Player 2 sounds.
All right.
2 has the higher batting average by a lot. They're a better defensive
Who's
player.
better? Who's got the better baseball IQ?
No, we're not doing that.
Player 2. Player 2.
This is rigged. All right, fine. Player 2, fine. I don't.
Who are they,
Ridiculous.
Player number 2 is Aaron Judge, and player number 1, drum roll please.
Michael Conforto.
Yeah,
Hey! I knew the stats. I
That's
knew the
ridiculous.
Mr. Benjamin Oppenheimer.
It's a setup.
It's not a setup.
It is a setup.
We're trying to show you things.
I don't agree.
We're trying to teach you a lesson.
Conforto, I'd rather have Conforto on my team than Aaron
Judge?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
No,
know. But
no.
Ben,
We only have like a
Benjamin,
minute
Mr.
left. It's fine.
Benjamin Oppenheimer, thank you for playing Who is the Better Player and showing that you were wrong.
Keep the music on.
All right.
Make it a little louder.
And thank you, Deus, for continually showing you're always wrong.
All right, Matt, you want to close this out?
Yep, that'll do it here. Thanks, Anthony.
Sorry, I was trying to do something. Sorry.
That'll do it for us today.
Would you look at that? Now you know how it feels.
That'll do it for us today on WHPC Sports Talk. From Ben Oppenheimer, Anthony Deus, and Gina Halstead, I am Matt Leonard saying thank you for listening on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.